Ice Road Truckers remains one of the most beloved and iconic reality television series ever created, earning admiration from fans all over the world. The series captivated audiences by showcasing the daring lives of drivers, who risked everything to operate on treacherous ice-covered roads. It wasn't just entertainment. It became a testament to grit, courage, and skill, earning not only the viewers' attention but their genuine respect. Over time, the show developed a loyal fan base that deeply connected with the cast members, and out of affection and curiosity, many began to wonder what happened to these fearless individuals after the camera stopped rolling. In this video, take a deeper look at the stories behind the show's success and explore the heartbreaking realities some cast members faced, including tragic deaths and legal troubles. Ready to dive in? Let's begin. Number 6. Daryl Ward. We begin with one of the most recognizable and cherished figures from the show, Daryl Ward. On August 28th, the trucking community and fans of the series were devastated by the news of a tragic plane crash that claimed the lives of Daryl and pilot Mark Milletz. Born on August 13, 1964, Daryl Ward was more than just a television personality. He was a true trucker at heart. Raised in Montana in a family of truckers, Daryl grew up surrounded by the rumble of engines and the grit of long-haul roads. His early life revolved around harvest rigs, and before his time on the show, he had already accumulated over 30 years of hands-on trucking experience. Daryl first appeared on Ice Road Truckers in Season 6, quickly becoming a fan favorite. His appeal wasn't just in his skills behind the wheel, it was his larger-than-life personality. Combined with his genuine heart and self-proclaimed adrenaline junkie spirit that made him so unforgettable. Fans often described him as someone with a big heart who was always willing to lend a hand, even to rival drivers. He wasn't in it for the fame or fortune. His true passion was driving and helping others. His strong presence and warm spirit were so influential that he helped boost the show's ratings, remaining a vital part of the cast through Season 10. Outside the show, Daryl was just as heroic. He regularly volunteered to help local authorities combat forest fires. But despite all the love and admiration he received, tragedy struck. On August 28, 2016, Daryl Ward lost his life in a fatal plane crash near Rock Creek, Montana. At the time, he had just returned from the Great American Truck Show in Dallas, Texas. Daryl was flying in a single-engine Cessna 1082 Skylane, alongside pilot Mark Milletz, when their plane crashed near the Rock Creek airstrip shortly after taking off from Missoula. Even more heartbreaking was the fact that Daryl was in the process of planning a new reality show that would focus on recovering plane wrecks from remote areas. After his passing, the National Transportation Safety Board launched an investigation into the crash. While their final report didn't uncover any mechanical issues that could have caused the accident, they did conclude that the aircraft made an unexplained sharp right turn during landing, though the reason behind that maneuver could not be determined. Daryl Ward was not just a trucker or a TV star. He was a devoted family man, both a father and a grandfather, and his loss left a profound void in the hearts of his loved ones. Known for his love of the outdoors, Daryl enjoyed hunting, fishing, dirt biking, and camping. He was the kind of man who would always step up for his community, once organizing a food drive to help victims of the 2016 floods in Louisiana. For his generosity and service, he was honored as the Grand Marshal for a truck convoy supporting the Special Olympics in Nova Scotia, Canada. His personal motto summed him up perfectly: any road, any load. Truly, Daryl was one of a kind. Number 5. Art Burkhart. Burke brought a unique energy to Ice Road Truckers, one that viewers couldn't ignore. He joined the cast in Season 7 and appeared in 38 episodes between 2013 and 2017. Known for his foul-mouthed humor and tough spirit, Burke quickly gained a loyal following. Fans appreciated his no-nonsense attitude and his resilience. He wasn't someone who could be easily rattled. In one particularly intense episode, Burke's front wheels crashed through the ice, a moment that would terrify anyone. Yet, instead of panicking, he stayed calm and ensured the safety of the cameraman traveling with him before thinking about himself. That moment alone solidified his reputation as a fearless and selfless man. When the show ended, fans remained curious about what became of him, only to later learn of a shocking turn in his life. In November 2018, Burke found himself in serious trouble with the law. According to CBC News, he had attempted to manufacture a potent cannabis concentrate known as shatter. The process involves using highly flammable liquid butane, and despite the dangers, Burke went ahead with the experiment. The result? Devastating explosion that left him hospitalized with burns covering 40% of his body. He remained in the hospital for 12 days, recovering from the incident. But that wasn't the end of his ordeal. 2 years after the explosion, Burke was formally charged with arson due to negligence. The blast had caused more than $60,000 in damages to the property he was living in. In court, both the prosecutor and Burke's lawyer recommended an 8-house arrest sentence, acknowledging that Burke had taken responsibility for his actions. Burke pleaded for leniency, revealing that the incident had destroyed everything he had worked for, including his retirement savings. He even begged the probation officer not to speak with his wife, who was still traumatized by the event. However, things took a turn for the worse. Burke was late to his sentencing hearing, scheduled for 9 a.m. He appeared via video from Prince Edward Island but misunderstood the timing and thought it was set for 9:30. The judge was clearly frustrated, stating that the hearing time had been repeated multiple times and postponed the matter, demanding that Burke's legal team present a solid case for why sentencing should not be moved to Yellowknife. The judge then closed the court session, delaying the resolution of the case. Number 4. Hugh Rowland. Next, we have Hugh Rowland, better known by fans as the Polar Bear. Hugh was a legendary figure on Ice Road Truckers, having first appeared in the pilot episode and remaining a core cast member until Season 8. Episode 12. After Alex Debogorski, he was the second most featured driver on the show. He was as bold as he was entertaining, known for his eccentric personality and sharp wit. When producers first approached him to join the show, his response was classic Hugh. "Yeah, you can put cameras in my trucks, but just stay out of my way. Don't cost me any money. Nobody's going to watch us go up and down the ice anyway." That dry humor became part of his charm. After leaving the show, Hugh wrote a book titled On Thin Ice: Breakdowns, Whiteouts, and Survival on the World's Deadliest Roads, which detailed his experiences in both the isolated wilderness and the spotlight of reality TV. In interviews, he explained that despite the fame, his passion remained the same: trucking. He spent 15 years building ice roads and 18 years driving them. When not on camera, Hugh also worked in trucking and construction year-round. He even performed snow stunt driving for the show, intentionally skidding into snowbanks or swinging trailers into ditches for dramatic effect. Unfortunately, Hugh's life took a tragic turn. Contrary to popular belief, he didn't leave the show due to burnout or a desire to try something new. According to Net Worth Post, Hugh was forced into early retirement after a horrific accident. While sitting in the passenger seat of a vehicle driven by one of the show's producers, Will Morrison, the car lost control and crashed into a cluster of trees. Hugh suffered severe injuries to his lower body. These injuries were so debilitating that he could no longer perform his job as a trucker. But the pain didn't stop there. Hugh filed a lawsuit against Morrison, not just for lost income, also for the emotional and physical damage that ended his marriage. According to TMZ, Hugh claimed that his injuries rendered him unable to be intimate with his wife, which ultimately led to the breakdown of their relationship. The lawsuit was filed in 2014, but updates have been scarce. Hugh never returned to the show, suggesting that his condition never improved enough to resume work. Number 3. Lisa Kelly. Lisa Kelly remains one of the most memorable and inspiring figures from Ice Road Truckers. Unlike some of her fellow castmates, she is neither deceased nor in legal trouble. However, her journey has not been without its challenges. Born on December 8, 1980, Lisa broke barriers by being the only female trucker on the series for several seasons. Her presence on the show brought a much-needed dose of diversity and proved that toughness and skill know no gender. Lisa was featured on Ice Road Truckers from seasons 3 to 5, and then from seasons 7-11. Her talent and composure under pressure also earned her a spot on the show's spin-off, Deadliest Roads. The series followed Lisa and her fellow drivers as they transported massive loads across the perilous Dalton Highway. Stretching from Fairbanks to Prudhoe Bay, she often drove oversized cargo under brutal weather conditions, showing no signs of backing down. For years, Lisa stood alone as the sole female face of the series, until Maya Slyer joined in Season 5 and Stephanie followed in Season 10. Lisa grew up in Grand Rapids and spent her early years building up the strength and independence that would serve her well in the male-dominated world of trucking. Despite the physical and emotional toll that came with the job, Lisa persevered, becoming a symbol of empowerment and grit. Her legacy continues to inspire both fans of the show and women aspiring to enter the trucking industry. Lisa Kelly was born in Michigan, but her life took a dramatic turn when her family relocated to a small farm in Sterling, Alaska, when she was just 6 years old. Growing up in such a rugged environment wasn't easy for her. After completing her early education, Lisa returned to Grand Rapids for college. She enrolled at Cornerstone University, but quickly discovered that her heart wasn't in academics. In fact, it was during her brief time there that she realized she loved the open road more than textbooks. After spending only one semester in school, Lisa left the hospital where she briefly studied to pursue her dream of becoming a trucker. But chasing that dream wasn't simple. It demanded grit, determination, and countless sacrifices. Before landing a spot on Ice Road Truckers, Lisa juggled a number of jobs. She worked as a school bus driver and was heavily involved in motocross, eventually earning the title of State Freestyle Motocross Champion. She also had stints at gas stations and even worked for a pizza company. After dabbling in many fields, she finally decided to settle on something long-term. Trucking sparked her interest, and she underwent proper training to begin her career. Lisa eventually secured a position at Carlisle Transportation, a well-known Alaskan haulage company. Being a woman in a male-dominated industry meant the job was particularly challenging. She admitted, "I had to work twice as hard. I had to pull my weight and everybody else's and get the job done as fast or faster." Lisa's strength didn't just show in her work ethic. It also reflected in her outlook on life. She once shared, "I have a genuine love for life and want to live it to the fullest with the precious time that I've been given here on Earth. I want to be old and have no regrets about the things I haven't done." For Lisa, living fully meant dreaming big, staying hopeful, and refusing to live for others' approval. She added, "One of my favorite things to say is, I'm the only one living my life, so I'm going to live it to make me happy." Despite the many who doubted or judged her, Lisa remained undeterred and made a significant mark on the show. Another standout personality on Ice Road Truckers is Steph Costance, whose journey was just as riveting. Steph had a rough beginning on the series. At one point, it seemed like she might not survive the treacherous conditions of ice road driving. Drivers are always aware that the ice is constantly cracking beneath them, and maintaining a steady speed is essential. Stopping or getting stuck could prove fatal. Add to that the harsh weather and long hauls, and it's easy to understand why many new drivers quit before their first trip is even over. Unlike the seasoned truckers on the show, Steph joined in Season 10 with very little experience. She had to learn quickly. It's often under extreme pressure, and the watchful eyes of veteran drivers like Lisa Kelly and Todd Dewey. Her inexperience became a topic of conversation in a 2016 interview between Lisa Kelly and Overdrive, where it was revealed that Steph had never driven a truck before being cast. This sparked controversy among fans, many of whom felt that the show had taken a huge risk. But Steph soon silenced the skeptics. Her resilience, quick learning, and emotional strength made her a fan favorite. Throughout Seasons 10 and 11, she proved her worth on the ice roads. One of her first big tests came when she and Todd were sent to Shamadowa, Manitoba, to retrieve two Polar Industries vehicles. Steph admitted, "I have no idea what to expect, but soon declared I'm doing it." Todd, acting like a protective older brother, guided her through the journey and even taught her how to chain the tires. At one point, she had to drive across a previously broken lake surface while Todd watched from the shore. As she reached the other side, she tearfully announced, "I just made it to land, I think," prompting Todd to call out, "Good job, Junior." Steph later shared, "And she drives trucks, that her biggest motivation was her son. Everything I do in my life, I do for my kid," she said. That kind of emotional drive helped her push through the fear and dangers of her new career. But her challenges didn't end there. More ice crossings and intense learning curves followed, but she faced each one with newfound strength and determination. Then there's Alex Debogorski, a legend in his own right, with a net worth estimated at $400,000. Alex made his fortune by braving some of the world's most dangerous roads. Born in Berwyn, Alberta, Canada, Alex was the son of Stanley and Irene Debogorski. His father, a World War II veteran, was a paratrooper and tank commander, while his mother was a Cambridge graduate. The family moved to Canada in 1952, and Alex grew up learning the values of hard work on a farm. Before joining Ice Road Truckers in 2007, Alex held various jobs. He worked in coal mines, flipped mobile homes, drove taxis, bounced at clubs, and prospected for diamonds. His diverse experiences made him a perfect fit for the show. Charismatic and full of life, Alex became a fan favorite and appeared in all 11 seasons of the series. His memoir, King of the Road: True Tales from a Legendary Ice Road Trucker, was released in 2010 and offered deeper insights into the perils of the job and his remarkable journey. The creation of Ice Road Truckers was itself a fascinating process. The idea began with a 46-minute special episode aired in 2000 as part of the Dangerous Missions series. The episode, based on Edith Eglauer's book Denison's Ice Road, documented the dangerous task of driving over frozen lakes. Due to its success, the History Channel collaborated with Thomas Beers, the creator of Deadliest Catch, to develop it into a full series. From 2007 to 2017, Ice Road Truckers aired on the History Channel and became a global phenomenon. The show highlighted the lives of truckers who transported vital goods across frozen lakes and rivers in Alaska and Canada. Shot in high definition, the series captured the danger and drama of every trip. The first season alone drew 3.4 million viewers, becoming the most watched original telecast in the network's 12-year history at that point. Critics praised the show. Adam Buckman of the New York Post called it astonishing, while New York Times' Virginia Heffernan said the series evoked a sense of existential recognition behind the wheel, capturing the raw reality of truckers' lives. The show's authenticity and intensity made it a hit across countries like Australia, the UK, and various parts of Africa. Interestingly, while the show depicted dramatic ice accidents, its iconic opening sequence, showing a truck falling through ice, was filmed using miniatures in a studio. In 2008, 20th Century Fox even bought the rights to turn the series into an action movie. And in 2010, a video game was released for the PlayStation Portable. In 2020, the series even got a shout-out in a song by Eminem and Juice WRLD. Each cast member brought something unique to Ice Road Truckers. From Lisa Kelly's fierce independence and Steph Costance's emotional resilience to Alex Debogorski's adventurous spirit, their stories resonated deeply with fans, making the show much more than a reality series, became a testament to courage, determination, and survival in the harshest of environments.